So, you want to make an enemy follow you like this, but don't know how to do it? Then no worries. Let's get started. So, in your project, create a new scene. Make a character body 2D and give it a name like enemy. And add a sprite and a collision shape 2D. For this tutorial, I'll just use the Godot logo and change the color to red. When you've set your sprite, adjust the collision shape however you like it. Save the scene and let's start coding. Now, add the values we'll need and adjust the values of your choice. Inside the physics process function, we need to declare the direction. Though for that, I need first to explain something. To make the enemy follow the player normally, we would do something like this. But it's actually not ideal. Instead, we are going to use something different, called globals. Global is a script that can be accessed from everywhere. With this, we are going to connect the player's position with the enemy's. To create a global script, we'll need first a script. So right-click, Create New Script, and let's name it Globals. Then, create a variable in which we'll store the player's position and save it. To make the script actually accessible though, go under the Project tab, click Project Setting, and under the Globals window, add the script you've just created. Now to update that variable constantly, just type globals player pos equals global position under the player's physics process function. And now, on enemy's script, we can finally fill in the direction. Just subtract the player's position with the enemy's. And at the end, put normalized. It's time for the movement. For now, we can just write a simple movement like this. We will fix it later. As you can see, the enemy follows perfectly the player. But we want the enemy to follow us whenever the player enters a specific area. Create an area and a collision shape. Though, to make the area detect the player, you need to learn first about signals. So signals are basically functions that are being called when a specific action occurs. For example, I broke into a house and the alarm went off. Something like this we'll do with the player. Back to our script. Click on the Node tab in the top right of your screen. For this tutorial, we're going to use only two, the body entered and exited. Double-click to connect the first one, and for now, let's just print something random to see if it works. Well, it's working, but not in the intended way. Instead of the player emitting this signal, the enemy did it first. From the inspector, the collision tab has two types: layer and collision. Basically, on layer, you declare what kind of object is something, whereas in mask, with what objects can it interact. Keeping that in mind, let's go into the inspector, under the collision tab, and click the three dots. Now you can put which layer should be the player, the enemy, etc. Then, do not forget to change the attributes to the player, the enemy, and the area. For the player, we set that it is a player and can interact with himself and other enemies. For the enemy, we'll do the opposite. Though, we also need to add a collision layer to the area. So we're going to set a new value and name it area. Then we need to put 3 for layer and 1 for the mask. As you can see, the problem is fixed, which means now we can work on making the enemy actually work. So let's create a new variable called followPlayer and set it as default to be false. Now just replace the print statement with the variable and add the value to true when the player enters and false when he exits. What's left to do is to replace the if statement with the followPlayer variable. So let's test it. As you can see, the enemy moves and stops whenever we enter or exit the area. Congratulations, you just made your first enemy.